This is lesson 2, where we're going to try to get rid of some of these hot spots here. Certainly change her skin. What I also want to do is to show you what you can do with eyes and lips, and also to get rid of these two little blemishes here, probably two of these here, and so forth. So the first thing we're going to do is to do a Control J, which now gives us layer 1, and we're going to shut off layer visibility in the background. Let's go back to the clone tool. And if you can see where this spot is right here, what I'm going to do is to Alt click right there. And now I'm going to try to paint over this spot. And I'm going to move the opacity here. And there we go. And you can see what's happening. What it's doing is it's creating and moving from this area here, as you can see. Let's do an edit and then do the clone stamp. Let's go back to the clone stamp right here. I'm just taking skin from over here and I'm just replacing it. And you can see what's happening. All right, let's do the same over here. What we're going to do is just grab from here and move it over. And we're just cloning this area with this area here, from this area here. And there goes his hotspots. We do the same thing on this side. We're just cloning from where the original, that little plus sign on the left-hand side. We can do the same thing up here. Do the same thing here. There you have it. We can do the same with our chin. So that's gotten rid of the hot spots here, as you can see. And now we're going to select her eyes. Only we're just going to get the blue area. We're doing a selection. And now we're going to do a Control J and create a layer just with her eyes. We're now going to come down. We're still in the selection phase. And we're going to select her lips. There we go. Right there. Do a Control J. And now we have a layer with only her lips. So let's shut this off for a moment and you can see what we've got. We shut this off and now we only have her eyes. So let's put those back on. Whoop. And still work on layer 1. The first thing I've done is, if you noticed, these hot spots are gone. But we're going to smooth out her skin a little bit more. But before we do that, we're going to the spot healing brush, content aware, and just a fairly small size right there. And we're just going to get rid of these little blemishes. All right, and there's one here and one there. Now we've done that using layer 1. Filter, blur, smart blur. And you notice what's happened here, how soft her skin has become. Remember that if I press on this, you can see the original. This is just the blurring. So we've just softened everything in here. Just softened it. And we're going to say, okay. Now we're going to work on her lips. Now we're going to layer 3. We're going to go to enhance, adjust color in this case, adjust hue and saturation, and notice right in here that her lips are red. We're going to use the same red, but we're going to saturate it a little bit more. So there we go. You can see what her lips are doing right now. Good. And say okay. This is just to show you what you can do with eyes. And in this instance, I think her eyes are pretty, so we don't need to do much to it. But just to show you that you could do the same thing with say, adjust color, adjust hue and saturation, and look what happens if I move the hue. You see, I can make her eyes different colors. Blue, a little bit green, a little bit brown, so forth. Let's not do that. Let's just move the eye saturation just a little bit more. You can see what's happening if I just move it. There. All right. Probably doesn't change much, but regardless of that, it didn't need much changing. And just say, okay. Now you're going to notice that there's this little white area right here, right there. And we want to get rid of that. So we're going to go back to layer 1. And now remember, we are not going to do anything with these lips. So I'm going to go to the color picker tool, and I'm just going to pick this color, this little skin color right there. That's what I did, right in here. And now I'm going to go to the brush tool, and now let's see what happens. There, we're just putting a little bit more opacity to it. And there we have it. So now that little white is gone. Okay, very good. So now we have all of these layers, and we can go back, for example, and take a look at the original, which was this. And we added the layer and got rid of the hotspots. We also on this layer. All right. Now, let me show you these blemishes right here. So let's go up to the content aware. Just get rid of those. I want to do it on layer 1, so say no. Just say layer 1. You really have to know what layer you're working on. So there, I got rid of that and that, and these are fine. Okay, so at this point, we're pretty much done